to that same old place that you laughed about. Well, the name
Good morning. Thoughts on the table, stumbling in. Really? I didn't think I did 8. I thought I only did 8 o'clock. Welcome in, noob. How's it going, man? Thank you for those shout outs. And guys, all the alerts, other than like event alerts, are shut off. But shout outs will put links in. They will put links into the chat. How's it going, noob? Morning, Evie. Morning, Lala. How's it going? All right, so today's not a normal day for us. We're gonna be podcasting it. Let's turn down the music just a scotch. No worries, no worries. But yeah, guys, welcome in. Welcome to episode 1 of the Purplepunch podcast. All channel points are shut off except for highlight a message. So if you got a question, use that channel point. That way I can like go back to it and read it and we'll answer it. But today my hope is to just kind of give you guys an idea of why I do this, how I started doing this, and then we'll go for some questions and stuff. Welcome in, Thick. How are you today? How goes it? Welcome in everyone who's here first thing, 8 o'clock on a Sunday morning, 7 o'clock for Thick, I believe. Evie might be in the other time zone as well. Lala's in my time zone. But welcome in, guys. But yeah, so all the commands are shut off. All alerts are shut off. Shout outs will show. It'll show your link in the chat. But guys, thanks for being here. This is kind of a new idea of mine. Usually we have a channel point in there that if you want to be a guest. Welcome in, Bearded. How are you doing today? I'm on my podcast today. It's a me. I debated having Mrs. Purple come in and ask questions. But she's gonna be maybe guest number 2, where Mrs. Purple will come on, and I'll ask her some questions. Yeah, I just wasn't sure where you were, like, in your trip. Like, honestly, I mean, do you do, like, a full week loop? Absolutely, noob. Absolutely. Yeah, today is just a podcast. We are not doing our usual, Fortnite or anything. But I figured this is a good way to start off doing podcasts, is to kind of give you guys an idea of who I am and why I do this, or what got me into it. So I'm gonna be looking at chat as much as possible. But again, if you got a question that you'd like me to answer, use the highlight a message channel point. It's the only one that's live right now. And that way I'll see it and I'll go back and look at it. I wanted to set up something where you would ask a question, would put it in the Discord, but then I would have had to have left StreamerBot going, and it would have been a lot of shit. That is the worst, noob. I'm gonna try to listen to you guys as much as I can. But again, Evie, thank you so much for that resub. I truly appreciate it. It gets the goal going. Actually, why didn't that one update, guys? Oh, I love my streamer bot. I love my streamer bot. There we go. So that puts us at 2 subs for the month of November. Thank you so much again. And as usual, even though it's a podcast, guys, if we do hit both daily goals, the pregnancy simulator will come on, and that would be kind of cool during a podcast. All right, guys. So let's kind of get into it. First of all, you all know who I am, right? I'm Purplepunch. A little background on me. I grew up in New England, which is northeast part of the United States. Grew up in Massachusetts, and lived there, almost 30 years. Met my first lady, my first wife, up there, and then ended up moving down here to Maryland. That's where I live currently. I used to work in D.C., but now I work kind of a little more south. Good morning, Irish. Good morning. Welcome to the episode 1 of the Purplepunch podcast. So I'm just really talking about, like, kind of my background. Only child, no brothers and sisters. A lot of childhood stuff going on. We won't talk about that today, but yeah. I like to joke a lot about, no parents, that kind of stuff. So if you know me, you know that that's what I do, a lot of that. So yeah, I'm, remarried again. I have 3 kids from my first marriage, and my wife had 3 kids from her first marriage. So we have 6 kids together. Oh, see, I get to not read the chat, because then I'll just start laughing and get off track. So yeah, so that's kind of like the background here. As far as, career-wise, I am an accountant for a contractor with the government. Hey, Nessa, welcome in. How you doing? Again, guys, all alerts are off, other than, like, subs and bits, because it would have been too crazy to shut off all that shit. But if you do want to ask a question that you'd like me to answer at some point, please use the highlight a message down the bottom. So let's get into, Purplepunch. Like, where did that name come from? What made me pick that name? Some may think purple's my favorite color. It is. But it has to do with cannabis. I am a medical patient in the state I live in. Use it for anxiety, depression, so I don't kill people, that kind of stuff. Excuse me. So the first legal strain I bought was Purplepunch, and it actually worked really well. So it kind of became my favorite strain. Very difficult to find for me. So that's where the name came from. Phrasing, dude, only your wife should be getting into you. Oh my god. Yeah, it is so I don't kill people. That's not a joke. Um, and then the numbers at the end. 22 is my favorite number. Everything that's 22 makes me smile. It was my number in high school. I played baseball in high school. It was the number of the house I lived in growing up. It's just a number that's always resonated with me. I don't know if anyone else has a favorite number that's kind of sticks with them, but you know that's where that one came from. The 24. A lot of you may not like this. Barry Bonds, I believe, is the greatest baseball player of all time. You can say he used steroids. I don't give a shit. Hardest thing to do in all of sports is hit a baseball, and he did it seeing one good pitch every at bat. So his number when he was with the Pirates was 24. That's 22 to me. Okay, I gotta not. You're gonna make me laugh, and I'm not gonna stay on topic. So yeah, so that's where the name came from. I didn't want to throw numbers on the end of it when I first started streaming, but someone is Purplepunch out there in the Twitch world. Maybe one day, if we ever become partner, we can go ahead and get that name fixed. Like I noticed Kugel had his numbers taken off the end of his name. But yeah, we'll see. I do. So I did prepare for this. I do have a nice little list of stuff that I want to make sure we talk about. So we talked about the name. Okay, so now let's get into streaming. Why stream? My initial impressions of streaming was, it's a bunch of nerdy kids playing video games. Never ever thought of doing it. Didn't even watch streams during COVID. I didn't even know it really existed. And then one day something told me, hey, check this Twitch thing out. And I popped on and I put on a streamer and I was like, I can do this. I play video games. This can be fun. So next day, made an account. All I had at the time was my Xbox. And I think at the time it was, I don't even think it was a Series X yet. So this is about a year and a half ago-ish. And I said, let's do this. I hopped on. No one was watching me. I was like, what the hell's going on? I would think I was playing maybe Warzone. And then all of a sudden, one person came in and they started talking. And then, someone else came in, they started talking. And then within that first week of streaming, I started to get 2, 3, 4 people in a night. One of my youngest kids was in there watching me every night. And within a week, I got affiliated. And I was like, oh, wow, this is really cool. And then I realized that you can make money doing this stuff. Like, I really had no idea. I didn't know how any of it worked. I thought that the only people that made money on this platform were people who had sponsorships and stuff and contracts. So it was pretty cool to find that out. And so that's kind of how I just started doing it. And then it just kind of caught on. And I've been, like I said, about a year and a half consistently streaming every month. And I've met a lot of you along the way. It's been crazy. It's been great. But let's talk about equipment. Not personal equipment. But streaming stuff. So when I first started, I had an Xbox, a MacBook, and no camera. So actually, no, I didn't even have the MacBook. I wasn't even running the MacBook with it at the time. I was literally streaming off of my Xbox using my phone as chat. I had no camera, no lights, no anything. I found Temu at that time, and during that time, I bought a ton of crap. And when I say crap, I mean it's crap compared to the stuff I'm able to use now. But I got a microphone. I got, some of the lights that are in here blinking around came from Temu. I got a headset, little things here and there. And, it feels like I just hit the ground running, and then all of a sudden, I needed better equipment. But at the time, Sapman, you got to read the thing up top, buddy. Alerts are done. There's no alerts today, buddy. Welcome in. So we had the stuff from Temu, and a lot of it was cool. My original good vibe sign came from Temu, and it was 3 times brighter than that one. And that sign, you couldn't read it, so I couldn't have that on stream. So to mention that sign as well, that is courtesy of Miss Thick Thigh Country Fries. She found it on my wish list and sent it, which was amazing. So now I get to like showcase it, with some of my Funkos. So yeah, we started with the Xbox, no camera, pretty rudimentary. I want to say that I was affiliated without a camera. And then once I was affiliated, I said, I got to start, adding some stuff. So we got a camera. So it started that, and I got the mic and stuff off Temu, like I said. And it was like a little, you just plugged it into the headphone jack, and it had a little stand, and it wasn't like this thing. But at the time, it worked. If you go onto my channel and look at some of the older clips that are up there, you'll see a few that are, you can see like kind of what I was working with. So that was the first iteration. Then I figured out how to use my laptop to broadcast from. So I could start doing some more things. So I could use Twitch Studio, which I didn't know about OBS back then. So I used Twitch Studio. I did all the basic stuff, really crappy alerts, whatever. Just how everyone pretty much starts, because you don't know what you're doing. So we did that for a little while. And then, I started, getting more into other games I like to play a lot, like marbles. And then I realized to play marbles, I couldn't do it with the Mac. I could play in streams, but I couldn't stream it because it couldn't handle it. So then in comes Mr. Sap89. That's around the time we became, friendly and buddies. He offered to let me use his gaming laptop, which I thought was insane. That someone that I've never met would be like, hey, let me just send you this so you can use it. And then once you get your PC, just send it back. Blew me away. So within a couple days, it was boxed and shipped here. It showed up. And then from that point, I was able to start marbles, really get going with OBS. Still not understand it too much, but I was able to get a lot of stuff together as far as, alerts and get things more organized. And then, like I said, play marbles, which to me has been it's been a great game to play if you like to just chat and get to know people. No skill involved at all. It's all luck. Anyone who says they're skilled at marbles is whatever. So laptops here. That was a learning process. I realized that I was having OBS issues because the laptop was sitting on the desk and there was no airflow. So the laptop would overheat, OBS would screw up, all this other shit. But through all this, Sap, as well as Jigsaw, who we may see this morning, may not, he may be sleeping, helped me kind of get things set up on there and kind of move in the direction that I wanted to. But through all that, the two of them could see that, I was frustrated. I gave the background, I have 6 kids, I do work, I do have a house, I do have bills. But I was not in a position to just go buy a PC or do anything like that. And to me, streaming was like a hobby, something new, and it's not something I'm gonna choose to eat over. Get a PC or eat food. So kept streaming for a while on the laptop. I thought things were going good, and then everything, things were great. Come my birthday stream of last year, I decided, like, let's have some fun goals. So that's the first time we brought out wax strips. So anyone who's ever been in these streams, you'll know that, we do wax strips. Typically on a normal stream, like, this is a little different. For every sub and every 200 bits, we'll spin our wheel. And, we're here, so I'll let you guys see the wheel. Is it going to come up? There it is. So anytime on a normal stream, this is a pod stream, so we're not really doing a lot of the same stuff. We'll bring this thing out, and then I get to do whatever on the wheel. That's where we are now. But when we first started, I just started doing goals. So on my birthday stream, we set a goal of 100 subs. And if we hit the 100 subs, I would wax my chest in the shape of the 40-year-old virgin. So anyone that doesn't know that, actually I can kind of show you. Let's flip screens just for 1 second. So if you look down in the bottom left-hand corner, that is, Steve Carell getting waxed. And by the time she's done, he's got like a man-o'-lantern. So I said I would do that. And typically anyone that's been around here knows that if I say I'm going to do it, I end up having to do it. So needless to say, within 4 hours of stream that day, we hit 100 subs, which blew my mind. So we had a whole bunch of different goals. Some were, karaoke. I don't even remember half of them. The wax thing kind of stood out. So that was an amazing day. At that point in time, it actually still is. It is still the most people I've had in one stream ever. It was 96. I got a couple huge raids, huge support that day. But towards the end of the stream, Sap and Jigsaw told me to get into a Discord call. And to be honest, guys, this is the turning point of like what you see today. Like the stream you see today is because of kind of that moment. Hopped on stream into a Discord call, and Jigsaw and Sap told me, they're gonna get me a PC, which blew my mind. Jigsaw was in the middle of one of his crazy month goals. I believe that was the one where, what was it? If he did 400 subs, just give me 1 second. Excuse me. Oof. All right, we're back. So yeah, that was one of the months where he was doing his, I think it was, if he hit 400 subs, his goal was to, help change someone's stream. Like that was his goal. And Sap, man, I saw the streak. Fuck yeah, 130. Been here. I think that's the highest streak we got. Evie's streak is probably just as high, except we had an issue where it got cut off. But again, so we get on the Discord call, and they tell me they're going to do that. And that just blew my mind. I didn't know what to say. My first reaction was to say, no, I don't want it. Growing up, not getting into too much detail, but I came from not a lot and nothing was given. It was always, you got to do it yourself kind of stuff. So it was very awkward to have, I've known the two of them at that point for a good amount of time, but it's still like someone you don't really know yet. Just willing to do something, and it made no sense to me. Still doesn't, honestly. So yeah, they told me they were going to do that. And I was like, that's insane. And, and then we talked later after, and, they both said they just saw the frustration, like when we were trying to work on stuff, and they knew like I wanted to like do bigger and, more extravagant things, and it just wasn't happening. To have two, I joke around, I call them my fairy goddaddies, they're really two of my best friends at this point. People may think that because you meet people on streams that they're not real friends. Sap slept at my house. I've slept in Sap's house. I've broke bread with Sap. We've gone to a Notre Dame game. Like, he is a lifelong friend. And I knew that before we even met. And Jigsaw, we've yet to meet, but it's the same thing. So if you're, that's a little bit of advice. If people are out there and you feel weird telling people, oh, my friend's on, Twitch or this, these are like, other than like physically touching them, like, we're on voice calls, like, everyone's there. So that was insane. And to boot, Sap was going to deliver the PC. and I just couldn't believe it. Now, this was February. My birthday was the end of February. And then, I want to say it was close to middle to the end of March. Sap's on his way, driving, 8+ hours, in a manual truck. So he's shifting and going the whole, that's another story for another day. But, he shows up at my house, and this motherfucker's taller than I expected. I'm a tall guy. I'm a really tall guy, if you guys can't tell. So, no, I'm really not. But yeah, he didn't only show up with the PC. He showed up with 3 monitors. He showed up with keyboard. He showed up with mouse. He showed up with all the cords I needed. He showed up with Funkos, which, as you can see behind me, I'm a Funko addict at this point. Those are the new Beanie Babies, guys. Yeah, new Beanie Babies. So he literally showed up with everything I'm on right now, other than the microphone and the camera. Everything came from, Jigsaw and Sap. And the crazy thing is, these are two people that I never expected anything like that to happen. And again, like I said, I'm not very good at taking gifts or anything like that. So even the whole like streaming thing's kind of weird to me, where, Thick Thigh has got a couple things off my wish list. Like, I put it up there because people are like, oh, you should put up a wish list, and I'm like, it's just a list of things I'm going to buy at some point. But that sign showed up one day, a pregnancy simulator showed up another day. So let's talk about the PC, guys. If you want to know the specs of the PC, if you go to my page, everything's on there. Sap gave me an amazing list of everything. And now you must understand, my only exposure to a PC or computer or home whatever was pre-built. Wait a minute, so people No, honestly, Evie, like, you guys are, like, everyone who's here, I'm not saying people that aren't here every day aren't my friends, but people that are here every day, it's like, I know about you. I know about your lives. I know about, anyone that comes in the Discord, the same thing. It's, most of, I won't say me per se, but a lot of you are a little younger than me, grew up online. My wife, we met on a dating app, and it's not Tinder. It's not Tinder, and it's not Grindr. But it's just different, All right, so let's talk about the PC. Hold on, let me get a drink. But again, guys, thanks for being here. Like, this is different. Like, I'm trying to keep talking and keep the keep stuff going. All right, so we went through the intro. All right, now we're on to the PC. We talked about Sap and Jigsaw. So let me give you a little idea of the PC. Sap customized the fuck out of this thing. It's not off the shelf, or like I was saying, my only exposure to PCs was buy off the shelf, already done, didn't have to like do anything, and obviously they were shit. Like, this is a PC. I had like crappy computer. So fully customized. The case, he painted it purple. Amazing. The back side, and then, or actually the back panel is covered in my logo, and around each logo, I'm going to show you it, so I'm kind of just describing it, but I got a camera on it. My logo all over the place, and then around each logo are Taylor Swift songs. So already right there, it's like, it's mine, it's personalized, it's got my face on it, it's got Taylor songs. Who else is going to want that shit, right? It's mine. But you would think that would be enough, right? No. He went that next step, and he put a whole bunch of Funkos inside of it. Like Office Funkos, a Billy Madison Funko. Again, you're going to see those. So since then, I've added a couple little things. But the best thing, and I haven't really told him this, I think of all the things that I think was the most thoughtful and the most, I don't know what to say. I mean, the PC is amazing, the customization's amazing, but this kind of took the cake. Fucking lights. Purplepunch Funko. It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. Actually, maybe if I pop it out of here. You can go your own way. Yeah, that's a little better. So there you go. It's me. And then if you look right here, it's kind of hard to see, but it's Lucky, my dog. So he had this made. And there's one of them in the PC as well. So he had two made, and then two with Lucky, which the thought around that blew my mind. You know, Lucky's a new dog. Like, we lost our dog last year, and you know, I was on stream when we found out we were going to get Lucky. So I mean, it's like Lucky's part of the stream. Lucky used to sit, like, I used to have a bed, and she used to sit behind me, and we used to have a Lucky cam, but now she got a little bougie, and she likes to stay upstairs. So yeah, so not only is there, you know, that Funko, but there's the second one in the PC with Lucky. So I've also added a couple things in there too. I added a Ted Lasso. I added, you know, a little ducky that, you know, Mrs. Purple got me. It's a little purple duck with a headset. Ted Lasso, ducky, and then a Bob Ross. I got a Bob Ross in there. But yeah, that's, you know, that's the PC. Also, he brought what else? The Razer headset. You know, so I got an amazing whoopsies. You know, full RGB. As well as keyboard and mouse, all Razer. Sap is a Razer ambassador, without getting any credit for it. But yeah, all this, and he shows up. And I think he brought chips. And he brought Skyline chili. Sap is definitely cut from like an old school kind of cloth. Does things the right way. He's an amazing friend. You know, I've seen him. He's a great dad, great husband. So if you're not following Sap89, please get in there and just click the follow. He hasn't streamed much, but I want to push him to start streaming a lot more. I want to put all my support behind him as well as Jigsaw, because we're not here today doing this like this without the two of them. And I can say that. You know, we wouldn't be on a PC probably for a couple years, honestly. All right, so let's see if we can get this PC up. Oh, God, the camera moved. All right. All right, so that is the inside, guys. So if you notice, we've got our Purplepunch Funko with Lucky, the Ducky. We got Ted Lasso. We got all these other different things. Let me see if I can get this camera around. We're getting a share. Working on a night moves. All right. So let's see. Here's the front. There you go. You guys can't hear me, can ya? So that's the front. Here's the top. Funko. And I'm going to walk around the back and show you guys the back, all right? That didn't work as good as I wanted it to. Oh, so we can show you these too. So there's the keyboard. You know, here's the mouse. Sap loves Razer. I always give him shit about it. It is great stuff. And guys, these are the monitors he came with. I think they're 224s on the side. And then right here is the middle. It's a curved, I think it's a 32 curved. And I got it on one big mount. And then I got up top, there's I threw in an HDMI with my TV. All right, I'm looking to try to get a camera that's just dedicated on the PC. Like, to be honest, I'm going to get 2 better cameras. Because after, we'll talk about my camera in a second. Excuse me. But yeah, that's, you know, I say to myself, and more often than probably I'll admit, like, why me? Like, why did they, I know we're friends, but, you know, they both, you know, Sap's got a house full of kids, you know, Jigsaw's raising a kid, you know, they could have used that money for them and their families, and you know they've made an investment in me. And to be honest, that's one of the only reasons. Like, there's many reasons why I still stream, but if this hadn't happened, I probably wouldn't be streaming at the moment. Like, you wouldn't be here listening to me and, you know, wasting your Sunday morning. You know, but literally, you know, I mean, maybe one day we'll have like a, you know, like a really get to know me kind of stream, and I'll really let you guys know, like, kind of like the things that have gone on in my life, and, you know, maybe this is supposed to be okay. Like, I don't know. You know, I just, you know, I'm so thankful for the 2 of them. Like, I tell them all the time, and I'm sure they're sick of hearing it, but I don't think they realize, like, how much this meant to me and my family. And, you know, because again, this isn't my job, but, you know, every bit, every sub, everything that anyone does in here, it goes to my family, you know, and then, you know, at some point it's going to come back into the streams. But yeah, without the 2 of them, I wouldn't be streaming, and I can say that, you know, loud and proud. So as far as other parts of the setup, I have 3 cameras hooked up. So you saw the one I'm on. But then we've also got another, it's like a ONN or OWN. And, you know, it's got a ring light. It's okay. It says it's HD, but as you can see how grainy that was, meh. I've got another OWN camera that doesn't have a ring light. And then that camera is a little better HD, but I'm still kind of messing with it. Again, with this PC, I want to say there's like 15 USBs in it or something. Sap can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's got USBs, it's got USB-Cs. You know, I've got the 3.55 jack that I'm using the in-ear monitors for. Yeah, Darabella. Is that Darabella? I don't know. Darabella. Yeah, Dar. Yeah, it's amazing. I can't believe it. It's okay if there isn't a motivation behind it. Hey, Elemental, welcome in. So yeah, so we're on the cameras. So those 2 cameras I bought myself. I had those cameras initially, and I've got a third one I found at like Big Lots for like $15, and it's a $15 camera. It doesn't do anything. The cool story about my main camera, it's an Elgato MK2, and had it on my wish list, as well as a capture card from Elgato. We're in stream one night, having a great night rolling marbles. A gentleman by the name of Tony comes in and asks a random question. He's like, on your wish list, what do you think you would prefer having, the capture card or the camera? You know, I said, you know what, to be totally honest, the camera, because I don't need a cap card. You know, now, with the PC, I run all my games through the PC. I don't even use the Xbox. He said, well, why don't you change it to this camera? And he told me this model. And he's like, I'm gonna send it to you. And I'm like, what? Come to find out, he was an Elgato ambassador or representative, or he's sponsored by them. And we had some issues getting it to work, but he sent me the money in an Amazon gift card. So I was able to just order it. Boom. And to be honest, you may not think a camera makes a difference, like, because you can see you, but literally, you saw the quality of this camera, right? Look at that, and then you got this. And then with this camera, it's got built-in, software. It's got, green screening, which if you don't know how to use OBS, you can do that as well, depending on your capture card. Excuse me. That was very rude. Yeah, it really does sap. And, and I know that this isn't the best camera. Sap will tell you a Razer camera is the best camera. But I don't know about that. Again, I have nothing against Razer. Okay, no, wait. What else do we have left to talk about? As far as setup, HyperX Quadcast RGB mic. It's not the new one. It's the last year's model. I like it. You can change the colors. You can make it do stuff. Other than that, I think I've pointed out everything. I got a ring light that I use sometimes. Let's see. All right, so that's the set. Let's see where we at on the list. Okay. As far as upgrades, like my plan, from what SAP tells me, I'm good to go for a few years as far as hardware and stuff like that. I would like to get another, nice camera. Maybe one that follows. I know this one, you can set it to tracking, but it doesn't always track well, so I'm just not going to mess with it. But a camera, like I said, this mic, I love this mic. Other than I wish in hindsight, as I'm building things here, like I wanted to keep kind of colors. I thought about a white mic, but it would look kind of ridiculous. But yeah, so we're rocking, the PC, 3 monitors with a TV monitor that I'll use for like my Spotify, or if I'm rolling marbles, that kind of stuff. So, I mean, there's nothing I need that could help me like progress and do more. And all of it is thanks to Sap and Jigsaw. I mean, I can thank Tony for the camera. Absolutely. That's just a quality improvement. Whereas everything else here is just, it blows my mind. That I'm able to come down here every day when I turn on the computer or the PC. I don't want to call it computer. I can hit that button and I know shit's gonna work. With my MacBook, I would start up OBS and something would be wrong. Even with the laptop, we had like some temperature issues because I had to get it up off the desk. But yeah, this is, it's been a learning curve. I'm not used to being able to do anything I want really on this. All right, so we went through the setup. All right, so let's talk about some of the struggles I've had streaming and like some issues that I've come across. The number one issue I've come across is people. There are lots of different people out here on the platform that are out there like that want to help you. And then there are people out there that want you to help them. My early, we're going to kind of mix a couple topics together here, and like Discords are kind of going to be like intertwined with this topic. When I first got into the platform, I didn't know what Discord was. I didn't have Discord. I knew my kids were using Discord, and I thought it was some kind of secret underground thing. Again, if I haven't stated it yet, I am in my 40s, guys. So I'm a little older than most on here. So I never had a Discord, never had a Twitch, all that stuff. So, the first Discord invite I got, it was from one of the first streamers I ever watched that got me wanting to do this, which I don't associate with him anymore, and I'll get into like why. He's one of the few. But I got in there and I was like, this is just like people talking and hanging out, and so then I got into a second one and a third one. And then as you get into a Discord, it's like you kind of take on an identity of that Discord, and like they take you in. So one of the first ones I got into, and I'm not going to name drop Discords because that's not what we're going to do here today. But I got in, they were kind of in and out during my first week, becoming an affiliate. But then once I became an affiliate, they started coming in a little harder, and then boom, first hype train on my first stream. They're just throwing money left and right, and I'm like, okay, thank you guys, great. But then what I came to find out was if I didn't do the same thing and go into their streams and do the same thing, then the support goes away. Anyone who's in here who's a streamer, let's think about this for a second. If you go into a stream all the time and you sub, bits, whatever, and then that same person comes in and does the same thing, you're kind of like canceling each other out. Now, again, this isn't my job. This is like, it's first, a release, a hobby, human contact, bits and subs are amazing. Like, every penny is amazing because it helps me do things that I wouldn't be able to do. But if you're in this as like a form of income, that is the most stupid thing to do, is to just go back and forth with people. But they expected that because they came in, and that did later get thrown in my face saying that, we got you your first hype train, blah, 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 and it was like, you know what? I don't need this. Absolutely elemental. Yeah, hater. Yeah, yep, exactly. That's all you're doing. Like, they're getting fees. So that was that Discord. Then I got into another Discord that was a fully follow for follow support Discord. And I got heavy into it. And anyone that's been in Discords with me knows that when I'm in there, like I get involved. Like, I want to get to know the people I'm with. And I take on that identity. Like, I get the emotes, I get the logos, like I'm talking about it, I'm trying to get people in. So then I did the same thing there. And I will say that most of my follows came from that Discord. Like, the majority of the 1+K I have came from that Discord. And it came fast. I'm talking 15, 20 follows a day, just being in certain streams. So, they ran, support. I'm not going to say what they did, but they did like, how they do a streamer goes and then they raid to the next one. I'm not going to say what they called it because it'll give away which Discord maybe. But I asked to be on it. I felt like I was putting in a lot of work. I was, supporting everybody, being in everybody's streams, which I feel like you need to do that on this platform. If you want to grow, you have to be out there and get to know people. So I did a lot of that, tons of it. So they put me on it, and me being, I work full time, I can only do like the late afternoon, early evening, like time slots. So I got that one. And then there's a few of my, at the time, buddies like were around me kind of in the raid thingy. So they start their thing off early in the morning and they're running like 100 people in everyone's streams. anywhere from like 80 to 100 all day, and then, the big wigs of the Discord get off, like their streams are done, and then no one continues. So by the time it got to me, there was 8 people. Like you're running like a support raid, whatever you want to call it. And I said, and to me, that's ridiculous. You want to promote the people that are in your Discord. So you all should be in there. Like if you're doing something as a promotion and to help, get people out there, you got to show some support. So that the next day, I decided to just it was just a chatting stream. And that day, I kind of let everyone know what I thought about everything. And at that point, guys, this is now, I've been streaming maybe a couple months. That was the most people I had in a stream. It was up to like 35 people. I'm like, holy shit. People like to hear me complain. So at that point, bridge burned, with those Discords. Totally fine with me. But during that time, I was still involved in another Discord that was perpetrating a lot of lies about everybody. And that's someone that, like, all of us know that we don't talk about. But it was the same kind of thing. It's a what have you done for me lately kind of thing. And you can't be like that, on this platform, I don't think. So, as far as struggles, like I said, it's people. I'm not going to say, financially there's struggles, because this is an entertainment platform. So people spend their money to be entertained. So you can't expect everyone that comes in to just throw stuff at you. So that's never like an issue. It's like, I don't need to make this amount of money this month or do this month. But again, like I said, anything that's extra, it helps the family, it helps me, maybe this week we get to get like more steak or something. You know what I mean? It's like stuff like that. It's like, I'm not needing it, but it's nice to have, if that makes any sense. So, be very wary of people's intentions. I mean, I've been burned so many times in this past year, just because I've put my all into something and it kind of wasn't, worth it, because I'm putting my time and my effort. I've always said that, you don't have to support someone financially on this platform. If you go to their streams, you just emotes, offline raids, any type of interaction. Hey, Sideburns, what's going on, my man? That helps the stream. All those chat lines, throws you in an algorithm, and it gets people in. When we're in here and people start doing stuff like that, our numbers go up. I mean, we're not a big stream at all. Like, we are just a chillin' stream, and if we get big numbers, sometimes it's fun. If not, that's what it is. And another struggle I've had, and I'm getting better with it, is looking at your numbers. I've always wanted to turn my numbers count off, but I find it weird that if I don't know if there's anyone in here, I don't know if I can talk to if there's no one here. So like, it kind of gives me a good feeling that if at least 1 or 2 people are here, I'm not talking to myself. I'm doing good, Sideburns. We're doing episode 1 of the Purplepunch podcast. Today we're just talking about my streaming journey from soup to nuts. We've already gone through why I stream, the name. We've looked at the PC. We've talked about, my fairy goddaddies. Let me see. All right, so we did that. Okay. Another thing, like I kind of touched on it a little bit, networking. You're not going to come in here. This is part, yeah, Sap and Jigsaw are my fairy goddaddies, because this PC is because of them. Oh, what we were talking about. Let me get a drink. A little more eye carry. Yeah, networking. You're not gonna hit the live button and people are just gonna flow in. You know, if you play Fortnite and Warzone and that's all you do is I click the button, there are hundreds of thousands of people streaming the same exact thing. You know, so what you got to do is you need to get out there and you need to meet people. Like I said, I want to say 50% of the follows I have are from one Discord from like way back in the day, and it was a follow for follow. But those happened because I went out there and got to know these people and, you know, that kind of stuff. Recently, yeah, guys, the only alerts that are on are like event kind of alerts. I didn't shut those off. So if it's distracting, I'm sorry. But thank you, Elemental. And I absolutely believe that if someone goes out of their way to give you an offline raid, that's what that was, give them an alert. You know, let them be seen because they're taking that time. Give them a chance for someone to go check them out. But yeah, as soon as I got into marbles, my networking kind of kicked back in. You know, I was able to go into different streams. You know, you are dropping in streams, so people are going to see you chatting, technically, you know, and they go back and forth. And I've met some other amazing people through the marbles community, but you're not going to get anybody coming in. You're not going to get people raiding. You're not going to get anything unless you go out and meet people. Oh, absolutely, Elemental. Exactly. You know, and Cool, welcome in, my man. I know I did this. I started this at 8 a.m. Eastern to give anyone in the UK a little chance to pop in. Because again, I don't get to see you guys much. At least when I stream at night. Although Cool and Elemental, they don't sleep, which is insane. So yeah, so networking, guys. And my other point of advice to you guys is stay away from follow for follow situations or even support discords to a degree. You know, sometimes they'll force you to do things, and things that are forced, it's not cool. You know, I like being in, you know, a Discord like, say, Blitzfam. You're not required to support anybody, you know, but it's nice if you do. You know, it's just kind of like, you know, you just should be, you know, out there supporting people. And here's another thing. Just because you're following people doesn't mean you have to be in their streams all the time. Like, let's think about this. Myself personally, probably am following close to 1,000 people. So how does that work? How do you get into every stream? You don't. So the second layer of that is you have the right to be entertained, right? You have friends on this stream, on this platform. I try to get to every one of my friends' streams. Like, that's what I do. But guess what? Sometimes if they're not what I'm like in the mood to watch, I'm not going to just go there just to sit there. You have the right to go watch what you want. Welcome in, Polka. Good morning. So just remember that. You know, and again, this is supposed to be kind of my streaming journey, but these are kind of some of my experiences. You know, and here's another thing you're going to find. You're going to find a lot of like cattiness, a lot of pettiness. High school doesn't end when you turn that little thing over and you get your diploma. It goes on until you're in your 40s. I'll tell you that. So if you see a situation that it's just not working, just go. Like, you know, there's no reason for anything to cause you stress, anyone to make you change the way you are, any of that stuff. Oh, you're flicking between? That's funny. All right, so we talked about Discords. The other thing about Discords, guys, I know a lot of people, like, they're in a lot of Discords, but let's be honest. Are you active in them? You know, do you use them just to drop your link in them? I don't drop my links in Discords anymore. If they are kind enough to auto shout me out, awesome. And again, like, I'm only affiliated with a few Discords at this point. Obviously the Punch Bowl Discord. At the end of the stream, I'll throw the link up. I don't know if I can do it easily right now. But we just started this one up. Like, I've had it for a little while, but Jigsaw, again, another one of my fairy goddaddies, has helped me build that. Saps helped build it. We've got a nice little core group of people. We've got, I think, 30 to 40 members. We got about 10 active constantly. But yeah, just keep it small. So Punch Bowl, we're a good focus in the Punch Bowl is going to be the podcast. So again, if you're in here, I don't have the alert on there, but we do have a channel point that you can click and it'll put your name into my Discord if you want to be a guest. And we'll see how this goes. But my goal is to, give you guys like a platform to come on and talk. If you want to talk about things that, it'll be like what you want to talk about, to be honest. Yeah, we'll look at your page. We'll talk about that kind of stuff. But yeah. So let's see. It's not over tonight. Yeah. The link dropping, like, I don't even think in the Punch Bowl we have a live section. I mean, my link gets put in there, but I guess if it's your Discord, you should be able to have your link posted. I guess I think there's nothing wrong with that. Or like close people that you want people to see. But again, Punch Bowl, Blitz Fam is another Discord that, I F with, because it's full of people that know amazing things. It's full of, great people from across the world, all areas of the world, an international Discord. And Kugel is the head of that Discord. Kugel, a lot of this stuff, like, any of the transitions you see, Kugel's made. Kugel's amazingly helpful. If you need help with something, he'll help you. And especially in Blitzfam, get in there, get to know people. You'll learn how to make stuff. Just don't go in there and just use it for that. Just don't go in there and use people for their knowledge. Go in there and make friends. And like any friends, you're going to have disagreements, but when it comes down to it, you're going to find some amazing people in Discords. Get to know them. Don't use the Discord. I just stood on a plug. Another Discord, the Boo Crew. That is run by the Only Boo Girl. Another Discord that's slowly churning and growing, and it's active as shit. It's one of the few that I have tons of alerts every single day coming through. And then the other one that I'm starting to get a little more active in, and I want to get more, is Polka's Discord, Simply Human. Or is it Humans? Again, it is a community Discord like a community Discord should be. Share your shit, get to know people, and I love it. And Polka's just welcoming. You can post shit in there. She's amazing. So is Kugel. So is Boo. So those are three amazing individuals that I found on this platform, and they're running three great Discords. And I've seen some shit ones. So let's see. We got, let's see. All right, let me get a drink. All right, so let's talk about the direction that we want to take these podcasts, and we want to take the stream in general. Recently, I've been doing a lot of marbles. Well, actually, not recently. Been doing a lot of Fortnite and a lot of Black Ops. But marbles, I still want to keep marbles like kind of forward. And I've been really just thinking about Elemento Abikakuchi. Who's Abikakuchi? Okay, I gotta not read this. So this past week I tried something new. We did marbles for a little bit, and then we switched to like another game. We may continue to do that. But as far as the podcast, I wanna see if I can make this maybe a weekly thing, depending on the interest. We've already got, I think, 3 or 4 people that want to be on. And like I said, I want it to be, we can do it a few different ways. We can have them where, like, if you're a guest and you come on, we'll talk about it beforehand, but we can go over your stream. We can talk about, like, your stream journey, any things that you've learned throughout the time. But then I also want to do, like, topic-driven streams. So our podcast. So we've already kind of hit kind of the streaming kind of angle, but I know someone suggested a mental health stream. Now, I think that would be great, but I just don't know how you guys would want to go about that. Would you want, a guest on, or would you want me just sitting here talking about mental health? I don't know. But again, these are things we're kind of working through. This is the first episode. But again, I hope to do this, weekly, if not monthly. The next guest, more than likely, is going to be Mrs. Purple. She's going to be on. I'm going to sit down with her, and we're going to go over some questions. And then, like every podcast, I think we're going to end it with, like, questions where you guys, can just ask what you want. And, we're all adults. I know sometimes things get kind of off the rails, but let's kind of keep it kind of cool. We're not all best friends yet. Especially if I have a guest on, I want to make sure we respect them, especially if it's my wife. I really want to, get her a little more involved. She is in the Discord. I want to get her more involved. She may not stream, but she's got a lot of ideas about, like, stuff she will do on stream. Okay, so let me see, where are we at? So we've talked about that. And as far as, what you see in front of you, I am looking to, at some point, change up all my scenes, like for my daily scenes. I've been trying to add new, like, little elements here and there, like the goal widgets. We do have a music widget. I didn't add it to this scene. We get the really cool, this is the wheel we're rocking. And we typically do, like I said, for every sub and every 200 bits, we'll do a wheel spin. But today during the podcast, the wheel's kind of, like, inactive. Because today I wanted it to be a little bit more about, kind of like what we wanted to talk about. But yeah, we added wax strips back on. So as far as future, like, I still want to do, like, some more like fun driven goals. We never got to do the stinky fish. It's still in my fridge. We didn't get to do Fred Flintstone. Still got it. Taylor Swift. Like, I got all these things I want to do. Yeah, let's talk about Taylor Swift for a second. Some of you might ask, like, why? Why is she there? Why do you have redeems? Why are half of your alerts Taylor Swift related? I just love her music. I think she's great. I don't agree with all her views on things. She makes me feel good. But yeah, I mean, that's really all I can give you for that. But again, like, that's the kind of things, because Swift is the one. Well, you know what? Maybe. We don't know, right? But yeah. So that's for that. We're almost kind of through the topics I kind of wanted to talk about. We talked about upgrades, the podcast and the guests. But seriously, like, please come back and click that channel point. Like it's not, like I said, it's not active today. Just because I didn't want a lot of stuff going off when we were trying to talk. But please just click it, and all it'll do is put your name in there. And again, it's not saying you're gonna do it. It's kind of like saying you have an interest, and then we can talk, at some point, because even like Evie was thinking about doing it, then not doing it. Again, it doesn't have to be. We can do cameras. We can do like, just a screen, like your Discord, like screen with just your logo. My point isn't to make you feel uncomfortable. I want you to just come in and kind of let people know who you are. Also, if you've got if you've got suggestions, ideas, I saw some really good podcasts early on. And they really got me thinking, like the things you struggle with. So yeah. All right, guys. So with that being said, dude, we could, do you have a podcast, Elemental? I didn't know that. Okay. So with that being said, guys, we're going to open it up to questions. So if you've got a question, you can just type it in the chat. Or use the channel point to highlight the message. Just, anything that I may have said today or any like suggestions you have. You don't have questions, that's cool too, but here's your chance. Like anything you want to know about me, my setup, nothing really personal. We're not going to do personal stuff, but yeah, feel free, drop it in there. If we have no questions, I'll feel like a complete failure, but it's okay. Oh shit, that's awesome. Dude, Elemental, I would love to be a guest. Like, I don't know what... Yeah, we could talk about food. That's a great question, Kugel. Well, growing up, it was a lot of video games. When the first Nintendo, the first NES came out, I had that. It was a lot of that stuff. I spent a lot of time alone as a child, so video games were always there. But then I got into sports a lot. Can you not read my mind? I grew up playing sports. So when I was younger, I played soccer, or football, as you call it, baseball, basketball. I played some street hockey as I got a little older. In my adult life, I played some slow pitch softball. But mostly my hobbies have been, kind of, this kind of stuff, like just video games in general, not streaming. But yeah, that's a great question. Anybody else? That's another great question. So basically, I want to say after I got out of high school, my hair started to thin out, and now I wore hats my whole life, like baseball hats. But my mom's side of the family has baldness. My dad looked like Pablo Escobar. He had some fucking hair. We'll show his picture on stream. Actually, where the hell's that book? Where did I put that book? I might have it. All right. So yeah, so basically after high school, it just started thinning out. And I mean, it'll grow on the sides. Like I've let it go. It's not that long now, but this is all you're going to get on the top. You see all that? It's just not happening. Okay, cool. So softball is like baseball, except the ball's bigger. And it's mostly, in most, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but typically in the United States, it's been a female sport. Like it's kind of like the counterpart to baseball. Little different rules. Bigger ball, but a lot of old men who are out of shape play slow pitch. So that was me. And it's literally underhand, the ball's big, that kind of thing. Welcome in, Jiggy. Let's see. Jesus. You guys in England are weird. Thick, I was 27 when I got my first tattoo. Or 28. It was right before I got married. The first time. Oh, absolutely, Darbella. Let me do this. I know I should have kept that on. Give me 1 second. Yeah, everyone is welcome in our Discord. Like, seriously, like, that's not ever going to be an issue. I'm old. Where the fuck is it? Invite people. The hell did I do, guys? What did I do? So that's the link to the Discord. It should work. But yeah, we're pretty laid back. There's nothing crazy you gotta do. Oh, Elemental. That's a great question. Childhood remaster. What would it be and why? It would be Bases Loaded Baseball for Nintendo. That game I spent so many hours playing. I would go, like, we would have sleepovers. Like, it was amazing. Like, that game, they never had real names. They had fake names and shit. But it was great. Yeah, I'm gonna pin this up here now. All right, so the Discord is pinned to the top. Anybody who's in here that wants to join the Punch Bowl. Let's see. Jigsaw, how you doing, buddy? We're actually into our question portion. Oh, Paperboy. I used to love that Elemental. Did you ever play it in the arcade and it had like the handlebars? Like, that was super fun. Paperboy. You know what? And the song Paperboy, Diddy by Paperboy. It's pretty good. Dun-dun-dun. Any other questions, guys? Valerie. And again, I don't think I even mentioned it, but my schedule, you know, most of you are in here, are typically always in here, and I appreciate you all every single time. Excuse me. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm looking to moving the time up a little. And then also every other Friday. So this coming Friday will be on at 10. And I'm thinking the podcast time is probably going to stay around this time if we do it on Sundays. I think Sunday's a good day to do it. Let's see. I am drinking Ultra Peachy Keen. And no, I am not sponsored by Monster. I'm actually a Rogue affiliate. Use code Purplepunch for 10% off at checkout. I just tried the Dragon Fruit Mango Hydration from Rogue yesterday. This one right here. Dragon Fruit Mango. Holy shit. It was fucking good. Might be getting rid of my Monster. Not going to lie. Got a new one to try later. Let's see. My go-to dessert. Oh, that's a tough one. Now, full disclosure, I used to be diabetic. So sugar and sweets are always been my vice. Let's see, that's a tough one. Maybe like a good cheesecake. Yeah, maybe like a good cheesecake, not like a regular cheesecake, but like one that's got like fruit, like cherries on it. Yeah, Thick, my favorite one's the mango. That's the one I got on my wish list too. But, you know, if I start to like this Rogue stuff a little better, I may just can the Monsters completely for a while because, I mean, they can get expensive. Let's see. Favorite alcoholic beverage. I don't know if you guys are going to like this or not. I don't like beer at all. And I know that's weird. I like fruity drinks. Give me a good margarita. Give me one margarita, I'm going to open my legs. It would be Italy. Irish. I would go to Italy within a second. My mom was 100% Italian. My grandparents were first generation here from Italy. on my mom's side, and then my dad was, I think he was half Italian, so it's most of my culture, I guess, like upbringing. So I would love to go to Italy, and also because I want to try the food. Yeah, same thing, Elemental. Yeah, Thick. It's in like a turquoise can. It's called like Fiesta Mango, I believe. But it's the sugar-free one. The one that has sugar in it, though, like when I went to Sap's house, Lala couldn't find the sugar-free, and she bought some of the sugar ones, and I killed those. They were amazing. Hey, Boo. Oh, sorry, I took that down. All the alerts are off this morning, dear. But welcome in. How are you doing? If I had to drink whiskey, it would be neat. Typically, the way I've drank whiskey recently in the past 7 years has been chasing it with a shot of pickle juice. But yeah, I don't know if I could do ice. No worries, Boo. We started a little early to give our friends across the pond a few minutes to come in and hang out with us. But yeah, we're in the question and answer portion of our program. So anyone, if you got a question, just ask it away. We'll do this for a few more minutes or till the questions stop. I didn't really have a time frame for today. I was hoping maybe 1 to 2 hours and then questions, and this has been perfect. But it had to be kind of useless. So what would it be? Let's see. That's a tricky one. But it would have to be useless. I feel like any superpower would be useful. Let me think about that for a second. Yes, I'm about 40 minutes outside of DC, so I'm in Southern Maryland. So I'm right on the coast. Nice. Yeah, I know a few people that are down in that area. You know, some people in Florida, some people in Mississippi. I know some people in North Carolina. Damn, Elemental. That's a tough one. Jesus Christ. Irish, that's a great question. I don't know how... Yeah, I would say neat is the way to go. Oh. That's cool, Dara. Dara. I'm just going to call you Dara. I don't know what people call you. Darabilia? Dara? What was I going to say? Damn, Irish. Well, I got to think of elementals first. Let's see. A superpower that's useless. I feel like everything isn't. Like the milky twilight lean. Huh. I mean, maybe elemental, like, I could, recite the winners of every Super Bowl. Is that a superpower? Like, I don't know. Like, if it's useless, make water wet. I don't know. That's a great question. I may have to think on that one. If you could change genders for a day, what's the first thing you're doing?
The biggest gift would be from me, and the
Thank you.
Would say,
thank you. Evie, thank you for that gifted over to Dara. Thank you. Evie, you continue to be amazing. What's the first thing I'm doing? Oh. You're assuming I'm going to say something sexual, aren't you? What's the first thing I'm doing? Huh. Damn it, Irish. Can we go? I mean, I know it's early in the morning on a Sunday. But can we go dirty? Is it too early for dirty, guys? Because I know what I would do. and it would take all day. I would get one of those little rabbit vibrator things and just go all day. It's not fair. It's just not fair. I would just keep going and going and going till I couldn't walk. Fair enough? 45. Let's go, boo. If I could be a woman for a day and would be challenging myself to see what would fit. Oh, elemental. That's number 2. That would be number 2. Because I want to know. But yeah, definitely. I mean, I would. Some of the things that they make for you. For those parts, it blows my mind. And the fact that some of you can keep going and going and like whatever. Like what the fuck? Good question. Now I'm angry. All right, guys. Any more questions? You got a fast car. But thank you guys for being in here. I really appreciate it. This, like I said, this is new. This is different. You know, the next one will be more interview kind of based. Yeah, elemental. I think every guy in here is going to say the same thing. Elemental, that's fucked up. No. Oh, I know what you mean. No. But I'm saying just for that part. Boo, do not make blanket statements. Do not make blanket statements. Do not make blanket statements. You don't know. You don't know. Most people, yes, I will agree. Get better. Any more questions, guys? Any more questions? How am I going to prove it? Like, I can't prove that on here. And those questions will not be asked of Mrs. Purple. I would say the bootay. Definitely the booty. Be someone. I don't know. I think one's more useful than the other. Sap's on the right track. Yeah. I mean, one's like these are for. You know. I don't want to say anything wrong. Anything else? Oh, you have both, Sap? Yeah, I mean, I squeezed yours. They're pretty big. If you could have hair at a permanent length, it wouldn't grow, but you also couldn't cut it, would you? Elemental, it depends on the like how long the hair is. If it's like a normal like kind of haircut, I would take it. I'm too old to lie to you guys. You know, we have very healthy life in that department. You get to pick the style and the length, but it stays like that. Yeah, I would definitely do that. Oh God, like that's what I was thinking too, Sap. I would just go bald because then I would never have to cut it. Yeah, it's definitely. I do have pictures. Do I have anything down here? No, I don't have any like pictures from when I was younger. Jesus, Elemental, I get what you're trying to say, man. It wouldn't change. Absolutely, Dara. Thank you so much for coming in and hanging out with us. Blonde locks. You might at some point, because if we ever do a Taylor Swift cosplay, I'm gonna have the blonde locks. Would you rather be forced to sing along or dance to every single song you hear? Iris, that's way too easy. Probably sing. I mean, you guys have heard me sing without any issues. Who's my hallways aside from Taylor? Alyssa Milano. Do I have to give you more than one? I mean, those were really the only two. And Blake Lively. Those three. Taylor, Blake Lively, and Alyssa Milano. And Blake Lively because there's a possibility of like a three-person thing because they're friends. The 10 years. I would take the 10 because, to be honest, we're not going to go there, but I'm going to go there. Fucking Taylor, maybe she's the fucking problem. Maybe she can't lay it down. I don't know. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't take that chance. Great questions, though. You know, Elemental. I get you on those, man. Oh my god. Sight. Irish, you just getting deep. We gotta get Irish on this podcast. It would definitely be Sight. You know, I've got too many memories that I would want to keep. Like, there's a lot I wouldn't want to. Oh, is that why Irish is throwing in all these questions? Because she's already, like, prepped them? Are you cheating, Irish? Let's see. What do we got? Yeah, Sight, I agree. Like, Sight definitely would be... I mean, it would suck because guess what? I mean, there's a ways around it. I mean, you could still stream. I don't know. I mean, memories, that's a tough one. Yeah, see, that's why they're tough questions, though. You know? Yes, that is also true. But here's the question, though. What if you were born with, well, I would say it would be tougher if you lost, I don't know. I lost my train of thought. Would you rather be... To be honest, I would rather be an average person today because they didn't wash, and they slept with siblings. You know what I mean? No, I would never want to be royalty 1,000 years ago because you could be killed in a second. That's true, Polka. Yeah. I don't... Damn it, Irish. What do you... Irish, you should do interviews. Plus, if you're saying royalty 1,000 years ago, it would probably put me over in the UK, and I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want to be them today, either. I mean, in all honesty, I mean, years... It's... I'm not speaking out of turn, but they used to marry within families, you know? So there's a lot of inbreeding in the royal lines. I'd go with the horror movies. I don't know why. I just feel like and I might be punched in the face for this, but I feel like a lot of the Hallmark Christmas movies, it's just the same movie. They just change it around a little bit. Oh, absolutely. And then also now that's why King Charles has sausage fingers, because he's genetically off. Why are you punching me? Why are you punching me? What did I do? See, we're in a minute for another ads, guys. Let's take a couple more questions, guys, and then I'll let you go on your day. Oh, this whole time I should have had a stream up. Why don't I have a stream up? I should be getting drops, right? I'm gonna miss them. There's music in the air and lots of loving everywhere, so give me the night. Well, any of you that aren't in ads, thank you for being here. I super appreciate it. Again, if you already haven't joined the Punch Bowl Discord, go ahead, click that link up top. Come on in. And then also, the next time, like, please come back. I should have left that channel point up, but I didn't want the alert to play because it's kind of loud. Oh my God, Irish. Probably the roach in the bed. Oh. Well, no, probably the rat, because the rat could have just came in on its own, and it's not necessarily like living in your house. Now, a roach, it's probably got shit everywhere. That is so true. What am I doing? I do want this drink. Any other questions? Any other... any questions about the stream? Or, also, if you're in here, what kind of topics do you want to see on here? Other than interviews, what kind of topics? Oh, God. I would rather lose all my teeth, to be honest, because you can get dentures. I wouldn't... I feel like... we don't know how many days we have left, so to lose one. That's another great question. God damn, you guys are hitting it today. Multiple personalities of paranoid schizophrenia. That's it. Like, I don't know if I want to make a choice because it's kind of diminishing one or the other, because they're both kind of, they're probably both difficult to navigate on a daily basis. I would maybe say the multiple personalities. Because I know how. I don't know how it worked, like how it would be, but at least with multiple personalities, you may not like each personality knows it's like a different person. But then if you you have paranoid schizophrenia, you have issues. Not issues, but you're not... I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I would say multiple personalities. Would you rather die in 20 years with no regrets? Let's see. In 20 years, that would put me at 66. You know what, Irish? I would say live to 100 with all the regrets. Because that means you live life, I guess. We're all going to have regrets. But damn it, that's a good question. Because in 20 years, I mean, all my kids will be adults. They might have kids. I want to live long. But I wouldn't want to live long enough to see them pass. Would you rather die in 20? Okay. If you had to lose 1 cent... You know what? I would have to say taste. Because I think I couldn't not see or hear. And then I'd want to feel things. Yeah. I would say taste. Oh, that's an easy one. I would rather sip gin with Ryan Reynolds. But I'd rather shoot the tequila with him. I don't like The Rock. What else can I say except I'm welcome? You're welcome. Ooh, I did not expect this many questions. Middle of the in the middle of the. And my goal, guys, is to I think that the VOD's gonna take out the music anyway because I've got it on a separate track. I think we're gonna post this onto YouTube and see how we do on YouTube with a podcast. Food taste, not like clothing taste. I would say the wedding night because, well, the wedding night because you should be comfortable by then. Or on the first date because if they could handle it, then you know that they're going to last. Oh my God. Somebody saw. If you had an animal or plant renamed in your honor, that's an easy one. It would be the cannabis plant. Irish. That's an easy one. I'm going to go smoke some Purplepunch. But yeah, obviously my real name. But, you know. The eyes of the blind in the middle. Excuse me. All right, are we done with questions, guys? Sap, I don't know if you probably did see the picture I sent you. I got some new Funkos yesterday. Some good deals, man. What weird thing would you make socially acceptable if you could? Socially acceptable. The obvious thing would be something Taylor Swift, because that's weird. Irish, let me think about that one for a second. I'm definitely more of a dog person, Boo. I've had cats, you know, I'm not like no cat kind of person. But I like dogs. I mean, cats kind of always have been kind of standoffish with me, and dogs are just kind of more welcoming. Oh, Sap, let me think about that one. What were things so... You know what, Irish? I would make men just walking around with no... No. Females just walking around topless. It's not socially acceptable, but, I mean, why not? Guys can. Just because you've got, like, more swollen pecs. If you could choose what the next crazy fake health trend was... It would be, Sap, I'm going to get back to yours. I'm thinking, if you could choose what the next crazy fake health trend was, what health trend would you create? I would say the Monster cleanse, where you just drink Monster for like 3 weeks, sugar-free, and it cleanses you. If you could choose what the next crazy... We already did that. Oh, okay. That's a double. Okay. Why aren't you in church today? Me and the guy upstairs have some issues. Next question. If you try a new fetish... Does it have to be new to me? Because I'm pretty open to everything. There's nothing I'm against. We tremble and fall. All the mountains should crumble to the sea. Sap, I don't know if I get an answer for that one, man. I'm not looking to like let everyone know about like too much crazy shit I do yet. All right. Any more questions, guys? If not, we're gonna roll it out. I don't even know who's on this morning. Me. Stand by me. There's not much I wouldn't do for a Klondike bar. There's more things I wouldn't do for a Klondike bar. Like I just wouldn't. By me. Stand by me. Whenever you're in trouble, you just stand. Purple is feuding with Sky Daddy. Yeah. Yeah. I have some of my own issues with organized religion at the moment. I truly don't see anyone that I want to raid to. Is that sad? Blue jean baby. Blue jean baby. Seems just for the band. Let's see. We got a lot of people. Does anyone want to go play marbles this morning? Or are you guys done for the day? Did you guys just come in to see me? Ballerina. No one streams on Sunday mornings, huh? I don't have one, Sap. I don't. Always with me. Tiny dancer in my head. I got you, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate all you being here. Evie, thank you so much for the gifteds today. Like today was a day I just expected to come in, hang out, talk, but thank you so much. Like that adds to our total for the month. We got 2 today, and again, like going forward, guys, any day that we hit all of these goals, we're gonna bring out the pregnancy simulator. Ghost, welcome in, and then we will do wheel spins starting tomorrow again. Let me see. Now she know home. Change the song. When she knows the tune she hums. Yeah, I see. I was thinking about going to It's Roy, honestly. It feels so real. Yeah, we're going to do that. We'll go to It's Roy. But guys, again, thank you so much for being in here today. Like this has been a fun time. I hope you learned a little more about me, as far as the stream and like how we started this stuff. And again, if you want to be on a podcast, come in the Discord. Let me know. The link is at the top. But usually we do have a link in here. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna head on over to our end credit screen. And again, guys, thank you so much for an amazing day. First podcast is in the books.
There's a sad sort of clanging from the clock in the hall and the bells in the steeple too. And up
you go.
in the nursery, an absurd little bird is popping out to say cuckoo. Cuckoo, cuckoo. Regretfully they tell us, but firmly they compel us to say goodbye.
You too, Sap. Thanks for coming in, man. I know you got a busy Sunday, but thanks for spending some time with us in here today. I appreciate it, man. Dara with the gifted from Evie. And Evie with the resub. Thank you so much. Newest members of the Punch Bowl since we last logged in. We got Rakatchum and Scarlet Kitty. But thank you again, guys. Thank you for all your support. Continued. Thank you for coming on this podcast journey. We're going to figure this out. But yeah, we're going to shoot for next Sunday. We're going to bring on Mrs. Purple next Sunday. But yes, I will see you all tomorrow. Hopefully. Exclamation point, grade 1, guys. Grade 1. Let's go say hi to It's Roy. Let's go over and say hey to this guy. He's amazing. He's an amazing supporter. He's part of the Blitz fam. He's running marbles. Just an amazing, amazing person. Yeah, next Sunday we're going to behave.
Thank you, fellas.
All right, guys, let's go
was
say hi to Roy. Thank you for an amazing first podcast. Thank you for an amazing time on this platform. Why does it copy 500?